Baby, the queen. Yes, the queen, the queen, the queen. Hey queens, it's your girl D and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to the channel where we combine our inner and outer beauty to tap into our personal queendom. So as you guys can tell by the title, today I will be talking all about the Bridgertons, okay? Listen. I watched the series twice. Not once, but twice. That's how good it was, okay? And plus, I honestly wanted to make sure that I saw things the second time that I probably didn't see the first time around. So yeah. As you guys can tell by the title, it is a review, so there will be spoilers. If you have not watched this show, I advise you to stop right now, go watch the show, and then come back and watch this review because the show is magnificent. Honestly, it is amazing. So the show takes place during the Regency era in England in 1813. It pretty much follows a group of affluent families during the marriage season, which is when a young lady is supposed to go out on the market and be selected by an affluent man and get married. So the Bridgertons were the main family. I believe it was a group of 7 children and their mother. Their father passed away, and the sister Daphne was on the market to be married. She was 18, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. She was 18, and her brother pretty much helped her during her process of finding the right mate to marry. Prior to going onto the marriage market, all of the ladies that are eligible to get married are supposed to see the queen. Baby, the queen. Yes, the queen, the queen, the queen. We're gonna get into that. So they go to the queen, and the queen pretty much states whether they are marriage worthy, if they are, you know, on point or not. And the queen deems Daphne as the diamond of the season. So she saw her as elegant, poised, confident, and just a flawless woman. And she even called her flawless. So let's get into the queen. So the queen is actually based on a real person who was Queen Charlotte. She was the first Black queen, and I just loved her character. She was so like unbothered. Like she was just like, be gone. Like I really loved her character. You can kind of see a glimpse of her emotions on those different episodes where her husband came, and I guess he had dementia and Alzheimer's, but when he came into the scene, you can kind of see her emotions and see who she is, and you know, a little bit more about her. The Featheringtons were pretty much the outcasts of the show. They were a group of ladies, and their mom and dad weren't really respected, and we see this time and time again throughout the show. I think mainly too because their mom kind of did the most with their outfits. Like they just looked really loud. In the beginning, the queen deemed them like unworthy or something, and one of the girls faints because she had on her corset was on too tight, but her mom kind of like forced her to like tighten her corset. Just a hot mess, okay? But I really loved Penelope. She was really sweet and like quirky, and I just really loved her character. So when their cousin Marina came in, she stole the show, okay? Marina was beautiful, she was poised, she was just a lovely young lady, and we'll talk about that later on. We'll talk about Marina's character later. So throughout the show, the narrator, Lady Whistledown, she goes through everyone's stories, the betrayals, the love, everything, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I feel like I really wanted to know who Lady Whistledown was. I was like, who is this person? I honestly thought it was Lady Danbury, but I was like, nah, they wouldn't make it that easy for us to figure it out. But throughout the show, Lady Whistledown talks about different things that are going on within the society, and everyone is curious to find out who this person is. Topic of Lady Danbury, I had a love-hate relationship with her character. Don't shoot the messenger, and I'm gonna explain to y'all why. I thought she was very eloquent, poised, she had this demeanor to her where she was like really stern, but in such a loving and soft way in a sense. But her character was too strong. She was really giving me that strong black woman vibe, and as the only dark-skinned character in the show, I wasn't feeling that. She wasn't the only dark-skinned character, she was the only dark-skinned woman, because the Duke of Simon's friend, I can't remember his name, he was a dark-skinned character too, but I think it was only them two that were like the main dark-skinned characters, and they made her so strong. And the only backstory that we have on her is the fact that she was Simon, the Duke of Hastings' mom's friend, and that she pretty much brought up the Duke of Hastings because his dad was pretty much his dad got on my nerve. Okay, I wanted to jump through that screen and like kind of strangle him because he pissed me off. But we didn't really know much about her story. All of the women in the show, the older women, have been married, and we kind of know the backstory of them and their husbands. But she was the only one that had no backstory. She doesn't have any kids or anything. So I would love for Bridgerton to kind of like delve deeper into her backstory. And now that they're renewed and have 8 more seasons, you already know they're about to do that. So I'm excited about that. Hopefully in the new seasons they delve deeper into that. So Simon, the Duke of Hastings. Regis Jean-Page played the character perfectly. He was charming. He was a gentleman, even though he was kind of like a prick in the beginning for obvious reasons. He just played this royal character so well. The backstory of his character pulled on my heartstrings. Like I said before, I wanted to strangle his dad, and the fact that his mom passed away while giving birth to him, and his stuttering, and he went through adversity and made something of himself. He didn't allow for his adversity to bring him down, which I love that. And of course there were so many other characters like Madame Delacroix and all of the Bridgerton brothers and the mom, the fighter and his wife. There were so many different characters that made the show phenomenal. So now let's go over my likes and dislikes of the show. So the first pro that I would say is that I absolutely love the diversity. Even though Queen Charlotte was the first black queen and her character was on the show, I feel like there weren't really that many black royals in England at the time, in that time frame and period and era. So I love the fact that they incorporated a lot of minorities into the show. Even the background actors there was so much diversity. I think there was like a Chinese girl and a black girl next to the queen. Also, I feel like the show gave us a form of escapism with everything that was going on in 2020 and even starting off in 2021. The show gave us a way to get away from what was going on in the world. And the third thing that I would say I loved about the show was the makeup, hair, and fashion. You already know that's my forte. So I was watching all of the different outfits, the hairstyles. Even Lady Danbury with her unplucked lace front was on point. I was like, okay, I see you, sis. And when I saw the queen come out with her afro, my life was handed to me on a platter, okay? I was like, yes. It was amazing. Now, on to the cons. Although the show did have a lot of diversity, I feel as though there was a lack of darker skinned black people. Of course, we had Lady Danbury, we had the fighter. As far as black people, we had Marina and the queen, but we didn't really have any black women that were feminine, soft, demure, kind of like the other ladies. We didn't really have that in the show, and I didn't really like that. I I didn't like that at all. I feel like in shows, we always look for someone that we can identify with. And it would be amazing, especially for younger Black women who are watching shows like this, to see someone that looks like them, that they can identify with in a positive manner. Like Marina, even though she wasn't dark-skinned Black or whatever, she was mixed. And her character, yikes. I get it. In shows, you kind of need drama, you need stuff going on, but I didn't like what they did to her character. I found it unfair that she was pretty much portrayed as like a Jezebel, really. The Lady Featherington, she didn't want her daughters around her. She was like locked away once they found out that she was pregnant, and then they tried to like force her onto other men, force her onto like older, ugly, just nasty men. It was just a mess. Before she even got to the Featherington home, she was kind of put in a box and stereotyped. We see in the scene when Lady Featherington is with her friend, and she was talking about how her husband's niece was coming in to town and how she probably had no manners and she was ugly and a hot mess because she didn't grow up with money. And when she came in, she was all elegant and cute, and I understand why they did that, but I just didn't like the box that they put Marina in, especially because she was like one of the only main young Black characters. Even though she was of mixed race, she was still Black. I feel like her storyline, I don't like it. So something else that I didn't like was the fact that Daphne got mad when she found out that the Duke didn't want to have kids. Like, sis, he was telling you this throughout the whole time that you were like trying to get at him. He kept telling you he doesn't want marriage, he doesn't want kids. He even almost died so that he doesn't marry you because he had a commitment to himself, and she made him break that. And she was so pressed at the fact that he did not want to get married. And I didn't appreciate how she kind of forcibly tried to impregnate herself, and knowing that this man said he didn't want to have kids. It kind of showed you her privilege and how she's probably used to getting everything she wants, and the fact that this person was not giving her what she wanted when it came to marriage and when it came to kids. It kind of gave her a challenge that she was like looking for. My final thoughts are that I absolutely love the show. I feel like it was just what we needed at the perfect time. I cannot wait for the new seasons. I will be binge watching it. Listen, y'all, I am such a busy person, but I will make time to watch a good show. I will be literally plucking wigs and working on my business stuff and watching the show. That's how invested I get when I find a show that I really like. And it's really rare that happens, but Bridgerton definitely did that. The show was amazing. 2 thumbs up, 10 stars. I really can't wait to see what happens moving forward. The fact that we found out Penelope was Lady Whistledown, I kind of feel that moving forward, that narrative is gonna change a little bit. Her and Eloise may do it together. We'll see. I am super excited to see what they have in store. And thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Bye.